Playing games is such a healthy and positive activity that exercises the brain. In October last year, when I went to Tokyo with a friend for dinner, she brought her friend along. As a chatterbox and an extrovert, I described my life in a storytelling manner during the meal, such as how I met my husband when he was 5 years old, how he loves playing games, and how I love reading, especially explicit literature, and so on. In the end, the friend of my friend said, "I want to work with you." I asked, why? At that time, my company had just closed down, and I was at a loss. He said, "Because you said you support your husband playing games, so I think you are a good person." Wow, this person has a good perspective. To be honest, not only do I support my husband playing games, but I also want to work hard to earn more money to fulfill his dream. His dream is to start a non-profit game community, purely for the purpose of making friends through games, and to discuss tactics with game enthusiasts from around the world every day. Isn't that cool? My husband has been crazy about games since he was a child, and being dragged out of the internet cafe by his mother was a common occurrence. He also often stayed at classmates' houses to play games. It's just unbelievable that he played games every day and still managed to get into college. It's just not fair. When he was in college, his family couldn't control him, so he devoted himself to playing games and only looked for jobs related to games after graduation. I have always regretted that he didn't work hard to get into a top game company. That would have been awesome. A few years ago, when he was obsessed with a game, he invested a lot of money and time in the game, and he even wanted to sleep with the game every day. There was a popular online joke that went, "Do you check the Forbes rich list every morning? If you're not in the top 50, do you get up and go to work?" Well, my husband doesn't check the Forbes ranking every morning, he checks the global game ranking. Once he ranked 40th in the world. I asked him, honestly, are there only a few dozen people playing globally? At that time, he used to travel around to participate in game competitions every year, even to Tokyo and Seoul. He paid for it himself. Every time he won a prize, he came home to show off to me, wife. I came in first place. As a money lover, I was more concerned about, what's the prize? He was delighted to answer, a tablecloth. How much is it worth? He proudly replied, more than $10. 2 years ago, that game was discontinued due to its niche nature. Recently, when we moved, he touched his game cartridge with a sense of nostalgia and said, "Wife, do you know that I still can't accept the fact that it has been discontinued? Maybe if it was another woman, she would find him boring and insane, but I think he's pretty cute." I know that many girls cannot accept their boyfriends or husbands playing games. It has even become a source of conflict in their relationships. Some girls threaten, "Tell me, do you want games or me?" Why? My mom once said a very classic line, "It's better for men to play games than to play around with women." Playing games is such a healthy and positive activity that exercises the brain. Girls can watch dramas, browse Instagram, and shop, so why can't boys play games? Everyone needs hobbies. Because of my husband, I have gotten to know many of his good friends, and I think boys who love playing games are quite cute, smart, simple, and interesting. I really think that girls shouldn't view boys playing games as a big deal. We can show a little empathy. Imagine if your boyfriend or husband didn't allow you to shop. How would you feel? Or if he didn't allow you to watch dramas, how would you feel? Or if he didn't allow you to use your phone, how would you feel? We watch dramas and read romance novels and fantasize about falling in love with all kinds of handsome men. When boys play games, they fantasize about defeating opponents in a virtual world in various ways. The nature of these activities is essentially the same. If we put ourselves in their shoes, many things become easier to understand. Some girls are also annoyed when boys are too absorbed in playing games and don't listen to what they say. Isn't that normal? For example, I feel extremely comfortable when shopping online, and if my husband comes over and asks a lot of questions, I would want to kick him away. As I've said, I'm not a feminist, I believe in human rights. Playing games is a human right and should be respected. So when boys play games, don't disturb them, just do your own thing. This is the basic courtesy between couples. When my husband plays games, I'm happy to make some late-night snacks for him, cut some fruits, and put them next to his computer without saying much. If he has time, he will naturally eat. He is truly grateful for this. Couples also need humane care. Some girls say that when their boyfriends come home from work, they start playing games and they feel that he lacks ambition and has no future. May I ask, do you spend your time studying and researching after work? If not, why do you expect your boyfriend to do so? Who says that men should be ambitious and women should be lazy? He is a person, not a money-making machine. If he is efficient at work, responsible, and in a positive and proactive state, is it not normal for him to relax by playing games after work? Of course, if a man does nothing meaningful every day, plays games all day, and uses games to escape from reality, then that's a different story. In fact, if you are willing, you can try playing games with your boyfriend. I played games with my husband for a while. He took me to see the scenery, protected me at all times, and let me pick up all the treasures. It was super romantic. I used to get angry when he gave me game gifts, but later I got obsessed with the game and was overjoyed when he gave me props. Some girls also worry that it's childish for men in their 30s or 40s to play games. George Bernard Shaw said, "We don't stop playing because we grow old, we grow old because we stop playing."